Hey guys, welcome to our Monday. So, it's already like almost 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I feel like I no longer really dread Mondays like I did when I worked like a regular office-y 9 to 5. But today has been one for the books. So last night, like this weekend, I was on it. I got so much done. Like next week's gonna be a new week. We're gonna get back on track. We took the week off last week to really process a few things. This week's our last week to get through, and then we have a week off because we're doing a 4-week on, 1 week off year-round homeschool schedule this year, which we've really enjoyed so far. So we really do like that. But we have this week, and then next week we'll be off. And then this weekend, our family, we got news of just some really unfortunate things and some big changes that are going to have to be made to help, just do all of those things. So we're very thankful for, sorry, the curtain's like hanging down. Very thankful for the way that the Lord might possibly use our family to get to serve and minister to others, but it means we're going to have some pretty big changes here in the house coming up here very, very, very soon. So it puts some things just on our plate that we need to get taken care of, very quickly, which is fine. We'll get to it. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to have everything done and taken care of. We're making some adjustments, just making sure that I am getting more one-on-one time with the kids during their home studies, which is difficult when you're juggling multiple kids. To get like one-on-one with each kid can be very difficult. And talking with the kids, and we got a little bit of confession that there are some areas of schoolwork that they are getting done, but they're like, yeah, I get it enough to get it done, and you haven't been noticing, but I'm not really getting it. So I need to sit down and I need to be more hands-on with each individual child as we go through these areas. So last night I cleaned the whole house. I scrubbed everything down, bathrooms, everything. So I was like, instead of having, usually I do my chores in the morning, but I'm gonna get everything done and taken care of so that way I can wake up and be like on the ball, get all of the things done. And then at 4 o'clock this morning, Olivia woke up. No idea why. She was just wide awake. Those of you who've been around, this is a thing she has done, where she would go through these periods where she would wake me up at ridiculous hours. We would be up, and then eventually she'd fall asleep when it was like normal time to wake up, and our whole day just gets thrown off. So her and I were up at 4 o'clock this morning, which I was not very amused with. It was freezing cold because now all of a sudden it's decided to be winter again. So we were up this morning. By the time we finally she finally went back to sleep. It just meant we ended up waking up later this morning. So we were already kind of running behind. And then everything this morning seems like it's just been falling apart. So I didn't get to do my normal Bible reading time. We're also doing a Bible reading challenge with the church, which is super awesome and exciting. And I've been in a great little routine these past few days. Totally failed on that today. Was trying to get the one-on-one school studies done. The baby was climbing all over everything and just literally all over the place. Attitude started turning sour. I found out Lily is crazy behind on her math. She said she had it done, and unfortunately I took her word for it and I didn't double check it because it seemed like she was still on track with all the things we've been doing. So trying to get her caught up and do all of the things. So now we finished school. So wasn't the best, but we got it done. It's, like I said, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's cold. I'm exhausted. I know I did get to at least fall back asleep with Olivia, but like just being up early, it just like messes up your rhythm. So I said, you know what? Oh, and then to top it off, Virginia, our 6-year-old, she woke up and was not feeling well. So she's kind of sitting up and doing a little bit better today, but she's still pretty pale and I don't think she's feeling well. She just has a little cold or something. Probably because our weather keeps going from 60 degrees to 30 degrees. But she's just kind of hanging out. So everybody's gotten elderberry, everybody's gotten, something good to eat and all of that stuff. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to come and I'm going to lay down and I'm going to do my Bible reading and just relax a little bit this afternoon, because this week we have got to empty out our entire basement. which is a disaster zone that I've honestly been ignoring and just pretending like it didn't even exist. And I can't do that any longer. So that's going to have to get taken care of, plus some one-on-one, dedicated homeschool time and a couple other things. So I really want to try to still get vlogs out this week just because we will be off next week, but we've got some changes going on, guys, and we're going to be welcoming a family member into our home, which we're really super excited about. And the opportunity, like I said, to get to minister and serve this person is just amazing, and we're really, really praying for all the things going on with that situation, trying to finish up the school year strong and make sure that I can be more dedicated and focused with each of the kids, as well as doing all the other things that we need to get done. So we shall see what this week looks like. Hopefully we get a little something at least put together so we can put it out. But as of right now, guys, I'm tired, I'm cold. You can see I got dressed and everything, and then I pulled my robe on. My hair is just tied up on the top of my head because, whoops, I was like, whatever, I don't even want to deal with it right now. And yeah, I'm cold, so I want to lay in my warm, cozy bed and do my reading here. And I guess we'll see what we accomplish. But yeah, I started and I was like, is this something, should I just not even vlog today? There's really nothing. But I was like, you know what? Some days you have the best intentions and you have everything prepped and ready and you've done all of the things. I had my alarms all set in my phone with our different things and our rhythm, and we're going to get through all of this stuff. And then it's like one thing after another is just falling apart. And I'm like, okay, fine. We got school done. We got a couple things done here and there. I'm done. I give up. I'm like throwing in the towel today, and we're just going to kick back and relax and enjoy it because all the things that I had planned are clearly not in the cards today. And you know what? It's okay. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I'm not going to have a freak out. I'm trying to suppress like my instinct to just like totally lose my marbles, and we're just going to chill. And we're just going to relax, and we're going to stay cozied up and fill ourselves with good, nutritious stuff so that way all the little sniffles and things can heal and move on. And tomorrow's a new day, and we can always try again then. So that's the plan. That's the plan, Stan. That's what we're doing. So Bible Reading Challenge is a 21-day challenge with the church that we share everything online. And it's to read an hour to an hour and a half every day, right? It's so easy to sit down and watch TV. Let's sit down and read. And we're just reading through as many books as we can. So I spent some time in Job this morning, which I love that book. But now I'm going to sit down and I'm going to set my timer and I'm just going to read, see what comes of it and see what I get. And there's one thing, whenever we have one of those times where it's just, we're stressed and frustrated or whatever it may be, open up the word and read, and God always speaks to us and always moves, right? His word never returns void. So that's what I'm going to do. I've got the heating pad, the all warmed up, so the bed's nice and warm and cozy, and I'm going to curl up and I'm going to read and maybe show back up later today to end out this vlog so it's not just really awkward and weird. But that's our week. Hopefully it's going a little bit better for you guys, but here's where it's at for us. And who knows? God is working and moving, and there are a lot of pieces we see moving around us, and we're like, what are you doing? What's going on? So my hand's off the steering wheel. I'm just along for the ride, and who knows where exactly we're headed, but he's doing something. So prayers for our family would be greatly appreciated. Good morning. Good morning, Bumby.
Say good morning.
Bun.
She got her baby.
Uh-oh.
Say good morning.
Oh, you got your baby.
Oh, no, she has that.
You have dad. No, Lily. She stole that fair and square.
Yeah, she stole it. Fair and square. What? No way.
Say hi.
Bye. JJ, we just unironically gave Mom a good ending to her clip.
Okay guys, as you might have noticed, I never came back to this yesterday, and so welcome to our Tuesday. We're getting school done. Hold on, she hasn't turned up loud because she says she can't hear the hippo speak to her. A hippo is teaching Lily how to type on the computer right now. So, an Egyptian hippo is teaching her how to do that. Yesterday was a Spanish octopus, apparently. It's freezing cold this morning, so I did not get up as early as I probably should have to get things together, but I kind of was like, I don't care, because it was like 15 degrees this morning, literally. And so we've got fire going, house is warm and toasty now, so we are going to dive into some school. I've got a nice hot cup of coffee. Pancakes for breakfast, which usually we kind of, with the intermittent fasting that Brandon and I are doing, I haven't been making breakfast, but Birch Benders are my favorite pancakes known to man. And back when we used to go to a Target, because we had one within like 50 miles of us, I would get Birch Benders all of the time. And I can't tell you guys the last time I've been to a Target. And the new grocery store that I shared you guys the grand opening of it, they have Birch Benders now. So I am so excited. So I got a bag the other day because on Sundays we do a big breakfast day because the kids have like toast or muffins or something in the morning with fruit for breakfast. Brandon and I skip it with our intermittent fasting. But when I saw Birch Benders, I was like, I'm going to need that. So originally I got it on Sundays. I make a big breakfast before church. But it's so good that I've made pancakes for breakfast Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. So we had some super yummy pancakes. Now I'm going to go sit down with the kiddos. We're going to get some schoolwork done and see what our day might possibly accomplish. We have a lot of work that needs to be done on the property and in our basement, but it's so cold in the basement. Looking at the weather, it's supposed to be warmer at the end of the week, so I'm thinking that might help me in my procrastination with putting that off, because I'm like, well, it doesn't have to be done until the first of the week, and if it's going to be warmer at the end of the week, like, maybe I should just wait. So it's kind of helping me push that off. Little ones are in. Virginia did her schoolwork. She is our 6-year-old, and she just has a little workbook. She doesn't have a ton that I push on her. So her and her baby sister are sitting down watching PBS. The baby is obsessed with Sesame Street, which is kind of funny considering none of our kids watch Sesame Street. It was never a thing in our house. And she found it on like one of their PBS apps or whatever, and she loves Sesame Street. And it's really cool because they do have a lot of like episodes about the biblical feasts. So our kids really like that because there's a Rosh Hashanah, there's Hanukkah isn't a big biblical feast, but there's Purim and Hanukkah, just the different biblical holy days and commemoration days that we enjoy. They have episodes for, so the kids really dig that. But little ones are doing that. I'm going to go sit down with the big ones, work on some school, and see what we get done. So, homeschool is really difficult when every single one of your kids decides that they absolutely, positively need you at the same exact moment. So, what time is it now? It's already afternoon. Is it seriously? Oh my gosh, yes, it's 12:20. I have to run to the store. Would you stop picking your nose? Please? Please stop picking your nose. The more I tell you to stop, the more you're picking it. She's still in pajamas. That's how far we've gotten. Literally nothing's done. I'm going to have to run to the store. Try not to freak out, guys. Try not to stress out. Now you're picking the baby's nose. Are you kidding me? And apparently we have a fascination with nose picking right now. Really? You know what? Lord willing, 10 years from now, you're going to see this and you're going to be very embarrassed. So future Olivia, I tried to warn you. So, I need to redo my day so that I can be focused more intentionally with each kid individually without all the other ones constantly interrupting, because that's what's really hard when you are homeschooling multiples. As soon as I get working with one, somebody else will ask a question and interrupt us. And it's very, very frustrating for everybody involved. So Now you're licking your baby doll. Oh, you didn't know that? Sure. How is it noon already, you guys? Oh, that was uncalled for. Yeah, I don't know. I need to figure something out because this is just becoming frustrating and overwhelming, and we've added different stuff in and people are getting confused, and I don't know. You guys always have to have the weirdest angle when I use this thing because it clips into my like vent, but then it means you are like at a weird angle and get weird lighting and all of that other stuff. But anyways, I am on the road yet again, sharing some thoughts with y'all. I'm just gonna go because there's nobody coming. But thoughts being, it is, I don't know, it's just a hectic season right now for us. And I have this like idea in my head of things, and at the same time I'm also praying and asking the Lord to direct our days, and I feel like our days keep going in the opposite direction of the things in my head. So maybe I just need to come to terms. But thinking about, you know, all of the stuff, it's like all of my kids right now, all of a sudden I feel like we get it like figured out and we have things in place, and then like all of a sudden Travis and Lily both have this like craving for this like growth, and I'm like, wait, but I just got everything set up, and it was, you know, Travis was more independent, I can do some time with Lily and then focus more on Virginia, you know, and kind of just trying to like do that, and it's like, no, all of a sudden they both like really need this and this and this. It's like, okay, back to the drawing board, let's readjust that, you know. And you know, just the baby, all of a sudden she is just like on fire all of the time, climbing everything, getting it. I mean, she just is having this like burst of growth as well, and like things that she's never messed with before, all of a sudden she's all about and into everything, and it's just like, oh my goodness, you guys. And then ministry has been amazing, and the church is growing, and it just needs more. And so I, of course, in God's perfect timing, he puts everything together. Seeing, you know, now we have family member who's on his way out and is going to need a lot from my husband. So that's just, again, just stuff that we need to be ready and prepared and, you know, doing all of the things. So I guess what all of this leads me to then is thinking about the vlog here and what we should do with this. You know, we had started last year when I did the 100 days of homeschool, and then it was like, well, we might as well just finish up the whole school year. But then I feel like I kind of get to this point where it's like, I don't really know what to share. And I don't want to waste your time either, which I feel like I'm doing a lot of lately. We don't need to be sitting on our phones all of the time and watching all of this stuff. Like, it's great to have things and it's a great tool to use, but if I'm not adding to anything and I'm instead just like wasting y'all's time rambling about stuff, I don't really think that's necessary also. That is not a good use of this tool if that's what we're doing. Are we serious right now? Everybody just like stopped for no good reason. So I don't know, I'm kind of contemplating maybe leaning more towards doing like a weekly vlog. I don't know. I feel like at the beginning of the school year there's so much to discuss and to talk about and share about, but then really once the school year gets going, it's like, well, I mean, there's some changes and adjustments, but for the most part, I don't know, it's just kind of a busy season. So I think this week I'll probably, you know, maybe have one more at the end of the week to wrap it up. I think just with everything that we have going on in our lives and just, you know, really big like hands-on work that has to be happening. I don't know. I'll kind of think about it and see what we do. But it might be more of just like maybe we'll just do a weekly homeschool vlog or something to share. I don't know. I have to kind of think about that. I know I have some things for like the church YouTube page and stuff like that that I want to do that's diving into like some scripture studies, kind of like how we did the biblical womanhood, but looking at some different things. So I don't know. I'm trying to get all my stuff figured out. Want to make sure that if we're doing something, it's because it's actually adding value and it isn't just us rambling for no good reason, which I feel like I'm doing so much of. So yeah, I guess I'll kind of think about that. Sorry, I don't know. I feel like lately I'm just apologizing a lot that it's like, oh, sorry you decided to come show up here, and then I don't really think we shared anything that was of much value. Because on one hand, I can try to make content just for the likes and just for the things, and I think that's silly, and there's not much depth to that, so I don't really have much interest in doing that. It's not about numbers, but I just feel like a lot lately, I mean, there really hasn't been anything very worthwhile that I've shared. So if there's something that we could share on that you guys would be blessed by and could be of value, I mean, I'm all ears, always. But I don't know, maybe even just especially wintertime. I feel like we just don't do very much in the winter. Like, it's just not the season to really be out and have much going on, so it just makes it kind of like eh. And we're off of school next week anyway, so we would have a break anyways for that. So maybe within the next couple weeks we'll kind of see what that entails. But I just have so many things I need to get focused on and working on, and trying to produce the content for this too. It means that I'm not being able to fully commit myself to my tasks, and they're suffering because of that, right? So you're getting these like lame vlogs because I have a million things going on, and then the other things I have going on, I'm like constantly getting pulled away from, for different stuff. So it is what it is. I'm going to go do this, though. We'll really pray over this. If you guys have any thoughts or input or feedback, please share it. Email me if you don't want to leave it publicly. But otherwise, I want to make sure that this channel is one that truly helps and truly serves and has a focus and a point, and really points us all to the glory of God in everything that we do, even in the mundane, even in the everyday tasks. And if we're not doing that and we're just kind of going through the motions, I mean, what's the point? You don't need to be sitting online and watching stuff for no good reason. So that's where I'm at today. That's what's going on. I think I freaked out a little bit because we just had 2 days this week where the kids, we like started school and everything was just nuts and crazy, and the babies climbing on everything and making a mess and fussing at everyone, and it just became like chaotic. So I sat down and I relisted out, okay, these are the things you guys have to do each day. These are the things that you need to be like one-on-one with me, my full attention working on. These are the things that you can do independently. And I sat down, looked at, I'm like, okay, so the time block we have for school is still a good time block. I just need to make sure that at this time, hey, I am just working with this child. This is what I'm doing. When I'm done, I'll come to you, and then we'll sit down and, do that independently. So I think the timing will still work. We just need to realign a little bit. And I don't know, there's something about wintertime when it's cold and like your bed's all warm and snuggly in the morning that like, I just don't want to get out of bed. And the kids do it too. We all kind of do it. And on one hand, I'm like, no, just push myself to get up out of there. And on the other hand, I'm like, it's one season. So we snuggle all up in bed for a while longer. Does it really hurt? So that's where I'm at. I hope you guys are all having a great week and doing well and all of that. Yeah, let me know. But I think for now, we're just going to kind of hodgepodge a little bit. We'll be off next week, which will be great because my brother-in-law will be arriving from California, and we'll have to, figure out a lot of that stuff. Prayers for our family would be greatly appreciated. So much awesome stuff going on with the church, which is just fantastic. But I need to figure out these plates that I have and how things best fit and where God wants me to serve in these different ways, because it's not about what I want, my focus and my 2 cents. It's about what serves and what does that. So that's where we're at, guys. Sorry, it's a hot mess. Sorry, I feel like I'm being pulled in 8 billion directions lately, and I just feel like I'm not doing a good job really on any front, to be honest. And I don't want to be doing a half-done job all over the place. I need to focus and to direct myself and, really see where God's kind of pushing us to serve and what to do and to give it my best, because I'm not giving it my best when I'm like jumping all over the place and then I'm only like half-heartedly being able to get to all of the things, so then everything is not really doing it. So that's an issue, and that's a problem. Have a great day, you guys. If there's anything we can lift up in prayer, please reach out and let us know. If you could lift up our family, we're in need of just prayer, direction, provisions. There's just a lot. So we'll see you guys probably at the end of the week, would be my guess. Bye, guys.